Hi there, and welcome back to another episode of the Fintech Diaries. If this is your first time joining us, hi, my name is Jack, and I'm a recruiter specializing in financial technology. Over the past few months, I've had the privilege of sitting down with founders, CTOs, and other senior leaders, bringing you invaluable insights from the heart of financial technology. Today, I was actually joined by Mark Whitcroft, who is the co-founder of PlannerPal, and they are an innovative fintech company based in London that are transforming the financial advice industry with its AI-powered assistant. And this assistant is designed essentially to streamline everything from meeting transcripts to generating detailed documents, all to help financial advisors focus on what matters most, their clients. In this episode, Mark shares the vision behind PlannerPal, how they're leveraging AI to reduce the administrative burden on advisors, and what this actually means for scaling the delivery of financial advice. We also dive into the challenges facing advisors today and how PlannerPal is closing the efficiency gap with advanced technology. So look, stay with us as we explore PlannerPal's impact on financial services, Mark's journey from inception to execution, and the future of AI in wealth management. Let's get started. Good morning, Mark. How's things? Thanks very much for joining me today.
Hi, Jack. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, sir. So look, I suppose we'll just get stuck into question one. And I think look, it would be quite important before we get into learning more about PlannerPal. Do you mind giving everyone a bit of a background about yourself and your own sort of journey within tech?
Yeah, sure. So my career, I started on trading floors. So I worked 12 years around the world working in sort of high-paced environments. I had invested in two friends who started fintech businesses, and I sort of after year 12, I got to director really quickly at sort of 29. But my banking career was definitely doing this, and I saw their fintech careers doing this. I was like, well, how do I get on that train? So joined a fintech accelerator, helped them launch that in London. Met a business partner, and then we set up a fintech venture firm. So we grew that to over the best part of a decade to 2 funds. We were backed by a bunch of financial institutions. Sadly, my best mate got terminal cancer, and that really prompted some decisions as to what do I want in life. And I'm very passionate about the financial advice gap. So I took my experience from being a venture investor, sort of investing and helping businesses grow, a lot of kind of back and middle office data management software businesses within financial institutions, and then have turned my attention to really trying to close the financial advice gap in the UK. I met my co-founder, Schumann. He ran digital banking at 2 UK banks, as well as running Barclays Wealth technology stack. So he's the brains of the operation. I'm front of house, and we're on the PlannerPal journey now.
Excellent. So walk us through, look, what is PlannerPal and what is it you guys are trying to achieve?
Yeah, sure. So PlannerPal is an AI-driven platform that's transforming productivity for financial advisors. So we launched in January. We're now in January this year. So we're now in over 400 UK financial advice firms. And we're really helping them streamline their operations and deliver better client outcomes. So we integrate within their existing work. We automate a lot of the client admin tasks and boost efficiency. So the crazy thing is financial advisors only spend 30% of their time with actual clients, and the other 70% is client admin and compliance requirements that they have to deal with. So PlannerPal does a number of things. It records and transcribes client meetings. It then allows you to use that information that's been captured with the client to create custom documents. And this could be anything from kind of meeting notes, annual reviews, suitability letters. And importantly, this is all tailored to the firm's style. The other thing that is really important is financial advisors for years have been using disparate systems. So we're all about connectivity. So we link into 3 of the UK's leading CRM systems. So we've got 85% coverage in the UK. So we also help clean and sync CRM data with a single click. So that is reducing the manual input that a lot of the teams are having to do, and helps improve the value of the data within the firm, but also enabling the advisors to actually get back to clients better and mine their own client bank for business opportunities as well.
Fantastic. I was going to ask you actually next about USPs, but I think you've covered that in that answer as well. Would that be fair to say?
I think overall what I'd say is like one of our really big learnings is that every firm has a slightly different way of working. And I'm yet to meet a financial advisor yet who doesn't think that their style, their templates, their format is the right way of doing it. So we've just built this to be very flexible, to fit into how people work and ensure that it's kind of easy to adopt. So because this is a new technology for everybody. So making sure that they can try it out really easily, get to the aha moment quickly, and just have it work within their existing workflows, reduce the barriers to entry for adoption, basically.
Fantastic. Look, sounds amazing. Rick, what are the plans then for the future of the business? You've got 400 sort of financial services clients signed up. What's next?
Yeah, so we launched in January with an AI note taker and a smart document generator. We're now in customer testing with our CRM updater module and our suitability letter writer. I think there's some really exciting opportunities to move deeper and deeper into the advisor workflow, because there's a lot of white space really where there's significant process optimization to do, but also creating alpha for the advisor. Most advisors can only sort of manage 100 clients, and they normally have 2 to 3 support staff. And actually what we're trying to do is elevate the quality of work that people can focus on, right? So manual data entry isn't good for anybody. And actually you want to get those people to do better, higher value work and more enjoyable work as well. So we think there's some really interesting opportunities in compliance, in marketing, and various other aspects. But it's all centered around getting better data in the firm, and then enabling the advisors to better serve the clients.
Fantastic. Okay. Can you touch upon specific technology that are instilled in the business? I know it's AI, but could you shed some light in perhaps some software tools, any programming languages, or projects that the tech team might work on? What does that look like for you guys?
Yeah, so you know this, Jack, but this world is moving so fast, right? So at the beginning, in January, an AI note taker that was specific for the sector was novel, and it was interesting and it was new. Fast forward 6 months plus, frankly, that's table stakes, right? There's no differentiation in AI note takers that are built for the sector. So actually what you need to now do is do the more complex stuff. So we're now seeing, we've started building AI agentic workflows, which is right at the cutting edge of where this stuff is, to sort of help you deal with these very complex suitability letters now on suitability reports. Now that normally takes somewhere between 3 and 8 hours of work for an individual, bringing together different information sources, cross-checking. And this is the kind of thing that actually this technology is very good for bringing something out, which is kind of a first draft. And it's all got to be human in the loop. So you've got to make sure that they're the regulated individuals. You've got to make sure you're serving them up something that is useful. So underlying LLM models, frankly, we vary it depending on the flow, and depending on the task we're looking to solve. But Azure, because everybody in this industry is a Microsoft house, so there's a familiarity there. We use Claude Bedrock as well. And then for an orchestration layer, LangSmith, LangChain, LangGraph, and various others. But you want to make sure that all your data stored in the UK, you're GDPR compliant, because this is a regulated, highly regulated sector, and there's a lot of concern around that.
Excellent. Okay. Final question from me. From all your years of experience, building fintechs, investing, etc., and obviously starting your own venture. Do you have any advice for people that are looking to build their own business? I suppose based on your own experiences so far.
Yeah, when you sent me this question, I was like, gosh, there's so many things so many different ways you could take this. And I think what I sort of really distilled down to is the business is really important, but it's more about the people, right? So, this is right at the sort of crux of it, whether you're sort of finding a co-founder or your sort of founding team or the people you end up hiring. And this, like, people very much over-index on skills and experience. And I think you've really got to look at that set and sort of the character as well. That kind of thing, like really digging into value alignment, because it's not about their values being right or wrong. It's like, do they align with yours and the business that you are looking to build? And I think that is something that can be a little bit ethereal, a little bit difficult to kind of test and be concrete on. But by testing and working with people before you fully commit, I think gives you an ability, and getting to know them, if you don't know them already, is a good way to really dig into this. And, I'm a big believer in, basically business dating, where you're asking really deep and personal questions about someone, what makes them tick, what's important to them, past examples of really tricky situations where it isn't necessarily black and white on the answer, and how do they react and how do they learn. Those kind of things for me, digging into the what makes people tick is really important, because this has highs, but my gosh, does it have lows as well. And so you've got to have somebody that has the resilience to ride those waves with you, but also the values align, because you're going to be pivoting and making sure the business goes in certain directions. You've got to make sure you have somebody that's aligning on those values.
Fantastic. No, great advice. Okay, actually, nothing else for me. I suppose I just want to take a second to say, thanks very much for hopping on and joining us. As always, what I'm going to be doing once I post this will be tagging you in the post, including the company website and things like that, just in case people want to get in touch and learn more about. So aside from that, thanks very much for coming on.
Thanks so much, Jack. Thanks for having me. Cheers.